Hey, I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I'm an ex-evangelical worship leader. And now I am a happy-go-lucky agnostic atheist. So, how do we get to this point? So, this year, I was going to have a booth at Las Vegas Pagan Pride. Now, let's begin with what is Las Vegas Pagan Pride. Las Vegas Pagan Pride is what it sounds like. It's a pride festival in which there are a lot of vendors from all over Las Vegas that promote traditions from the old country, whether it be pagan traditions, whether it be witchcraft traditions, whether it be old folk music, old folk traditions as in medicine, that people are practicing today, even in the 21st century. This is what I would have encountered at Pagan Pride. Now, what I do professionally for work is I do non-medical case management, and a lot of people partake in alternative medicine. So I thought that I would go to Pagan Pride, have a community booth myself, just to share in the all-around hippie goodness of Pagan Pride, but at the same time is to go to different vendors' booths, talk to the different vendors, see what services they provide. A lot of different booths would provide meditation. They would provide classes in their prospective retail stores. Basically community outreach. I'm never going to say in the world of Western medicine that we don't promote other forms of healing. Honestly, in the world of medicine, we welcome all forms of healing, whether it be Eastern medicine, metaphysical medicine, it doesn't matter. As long as you are doing all of those practices in concert with Western medicine, we are going to encourage it. So, I had signed up for my booth at Pagan Pride. Ironically, because I'm not one of the regular vendors on Pagan Pride, I've got a phone call from the administrators of Pagan Pride, and we had a long conversation, and it was basically, hi, I'm a community service worker. I'm doing case management. I wanted to go to Pagan Pride to see what the other vendors were offering so I could put them on my referrals list just in case people are going through therapy and they wanted to get involved in the community. We're never going to turn away any metaphysical, any spiritual healing practices. We're always going to welcome those. Because basically when it comes to patient-centered care, you want them to get a good all-around holistic healing. And a person's spiritual aspect of their life is very important to them. And if they are doing everything that they possibly can in Western medicine and using whatever other healing practices they want in conjunction, it's going to be all around good and beneficial for that individual. So, hence, my wanting to go to Pagan Pride. Now, a long time ago, I was in the Magickal Community, and if you don't know what the Magickal Community is, I will at least give my definition of it as I have had experience with it in my own community. So, in Las Vegas, there are a group of underground communities in which practice the old ways, or they practice an alternative religion or alternative lifestyle. Now, those can range, there's a big wide range of those alternative religions and lifestyles that people practice in this subculture in Las Vegas as I've experienced. I've experienced a witchcraft culture, I've experienced a vampire culture, I've experienced a culture of people who identify as all sorts of different magical, mythical creatures, but they're living those lifestyles today like it was just another thing, just another lifestyle choice. Now, again, not all of these different demographics of people are living publicly these lifestyles, but they are living them in their everyday life, okay? So, I understood that going back into that community to search for resources for my clients, but as well as to get back into that happy hippie community, because believe it or not, it's a lot of good, feel-good energy. Whether or not you are all about science or all about woo-woo science, believe it or not, there's a lot of good-hearted people in that community. So that's what I was going for, that good positive energy. Ironically enough, I live in a science-based kind of world and career People in the magical community, they very much love it if you are in a science-based career and yet you lend credence to their practices, because it's like you're giving some kind of like like you're verifying like their practices as being okay, or you're giving them some sort of odd validation that you live in a scientifically like based world, but you're lending credence to their practices. So what I was going to do at Pagan Pride was do music and healing and vibrational healing, maybe stare into a crystal ball and do counseling for a couple of clients. I'm not above carrying around magical cards with me, or a charm, or anything like that in order to make my day or conversations go by smoothly in my everyday life. I find that a little magic and a little bit of knowledge of magic goes a long way in the world, and a lot of people gravitate towards that sort of thing because it makes them feel comfortable, and it makes them understand that there may be something outside of our understanding, and reaching out to that gives people some odd peace. I'm all for that. I'm all about meditation, mindfulness, and going back into the magical community. I took the time to brush up my old skills in practice. Even though I'm out of practice in that magical community, I made sure to live my life by the phases of the moon that would be understood in the witchcraft and pagan community. I made sure to take time to do meditation every day and mindfulness, and I very much honor the world around me, how my actions affect the environment around me, and of course how my ancestors would have perceived the world around me and what they would wish for me. It's the whole idea of respect for the world, respect for the people around you, and respect for the people who came before you. Now that is a very strong aspect of the pagan community. I miss their sense of community. One more thing, why I wanted to join the pagan community. Living in a world of science and spirituality has always been like a very hard bridge to cross, but it's something that I live every day. Just because how I was raised and what you see in life, right? The really cool thing about going back to the magical community is they were ridiculously unfazed by this presidency and this election and this upcoming Trump presidency. I remember being in chat rooms in Facebook and in the magical community where some people were devastated by the election results, and other people, it was just another day. It's really all about, in these chat rooms and in these communities, what charm am I going to use to get through this one problem in my life today? Or what spell do I need in order to calm my digestion? Or what kind of ritual can you recommend for me to get a new boyfriend? Or what kind of ritual can you recommend for me to get a better job? These are the conversations that I'm seeing every day in the magical community. It's not about legislature. It's not about your local lawmaker. They're not taking much of that into account. It's very much hippie medicine and counseling. And I dig that, honestly. It's ridiculously refreshing to run into that kind of conversation, that people can still be all about happiness and health, and not be too disturbed by what may to come, even in their own lives. So that is what I've been up to lately. Hugs, health, happiness, healing energy out there, everyone. I'm Chris. I'm in Las Vegas, and I'm an ex-Evangelical Christian.